What's up, everyone? This week we're doing another episode of the Talkin Nardcore with our favorite picks of 5-year spans, our favorite 2 releases, and this one's super fun. We're doing 1985 to 1989, and these are great years for music, so this is so fun to get into. If you would like to support the podcast, please like, rate, and review wherever you listen to podcasts. And please share it. And, really, take this to heart. Please give it a like and please write a short review. I don't know why that stuff matters, but it goes a long way to, getting the podcast, rated, and then more people can find it. So that is much appreciated. If you would like to go the extra mile, please go to patreon.com/185 miles south and become a monthly contributor on the Patreon. And, yeah, these are my personal heroes. These are the ones that keep the podcast alive, literally. The pod would not still be going if it wasn't for the Patreons who are basically holding the weight for this. So thanks so much to them. And, all right, let's get on with the show.
"185 Miles South", a hardcore punk rock podcast.
All right, everyone. This episode, we are continuing with our series of choosing our favorite 2 releases of every year. And now, so the rules, if you didn't listen to the first episode, are we are choosing one, which is our favorite California punk or hardcore record of the year. And then the other one is a wild card where it can be any release of any genre. So, for instance, in 1985, you could choose a California punk and hardcore record, let's say RKO, Keep Laughing. And you can also choose whatever Madonna record came out that year. Or you can choose 2 California punk and hardcore records if those are your 2 favorite releases. So it's just the rules of you're choosing at least one California punk and hardcore record, and then you're choosing a wild card, whatever the fuck you want. It can be a cassette tape, it can be a 7-inch, it can be an LP, it can be whatever. And that's that. So, we're talking Nardcore. At least one Nardcore release is going to get on there, I think. Right?
For sure.
Okay. That means we got Stu from Omega Point.
What up?
Yeah, and that also means we got the legend, episode 1.
Hello, everyone.
Joe Rivas. You can say hi again. You jumped the gun a little bit.
No, I didn't.
Hey, if you record with Roger, he can just bump you back a little bit if you sing out of time.
Yeah, I don't have a name anymore. I don't go by Joe Rivas anymore. I go by the legend.
Episode 1. It's the longest fucking nickname ever.
It's well deserved. For sure.
Nardcore. I know those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we also got special guests this week. All of them. This week we got the main man. Benji. Everyone Nard knows Benji.
You all know Benji.
Yeah.
It's great to be here.
He's the fucking man behind the skins in Railer and Combat Shock.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You got a third one that's on the down low?
Yeah, but we're gonna keep it on the down low.
All right. You guys don't know. By the time this is out, you guys are gonna hear about that shit. Because when Benji touches some shit, it's gold. So let's kick it off, dude.
Hey, real quick, I want to throw out. I realized that when I was reading my list for the other bands, the other records of 1984 from our last episode, that I read the ones from the 85. So I fucked up.
That's gonna be a hell of a lot of editing.
Nobody called him out on it.
Nobody did.
Damn.
Fuck.
This is like my light jacket, dude.
Yeah.
That would be even worse.
Fuck yeah, tinfoil.
This is
Rip the Band-Aid. Someone's trying to eat a
Where'd you get that
burrito.
from?
Corrals.
this is 185
I can
miles
Joe bought it for me.
ASMR.
Yes, because they don't seal off the end, so you know it's Corrales.
That's why I didn't like it. First time I had it, just saying.
Where's
You're
that
like,
from?
oh, God, I'm a white
Corrals.
boy and I don't know how to eat a burrito.
You know what was wild is I got a breakfast burrito there once, and it's really unique because I hadn't had one there, and they're like they actually put rice in the breakfast burrito.
Interesting.
So I had to
Potato and
yeah, it's like everything, and I had to roll with it because I was like, man, that sounds fucked, but I was like, let's roll with it because Krause has been around forever, and they got to have something here, and it was interesting.
Sweet.
I would say that it didn't add anything or take away from the burrito. So maybe a little more texture, but I prefer a plain egg, cheese, and potato
I love rice.
for breakfast.
That's
I'm a
all
rice
no,
sucker.
I'm almost
For
like
in a
no,
breakfast though,
in a breakfast. Wait, no rice.
yeah,
No rice.
no, they put rice. It's egg, cheese, potato, bean, and rice in a breakfast burrito.
That's just stacked. I don't know. I've gotten weird during breakfast, but I never fuck with rice in a burrito for breakfast. That's just me.
It was interesting, but not offensive. I would say.
I like it.
I'm almost a
do?
minimalist.
I do, yeah.
I'll take the egg and potato, no cheese.
Oh.
no beans. Like that's,
Yeah.
look
No,
at
I'm
this
I'm
guy.
strictly
Right on. Look
egg
at
cheese,
this guy.
egg cheese, potato, and then I bring my own hot sauce because I want a very simple. I don't want a salsa. I want a straight hot sauce. So like Valentina's, Tabasco. You know, if I got it, I want Tamasula, which is the best, but you can only get it in fucking Mexico. You know.
You're a man of particular taste.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna
So
do?
the best burritos of 1985 were
Definitely not at Pepe's.
no, it's never been Pepe's.
Fucking worst. Best hoodie though. The Pepe's hoodies.
Oh,
were sick.
dude, I have a rad Pepe's tank top.
I ate a lot of Pepe's. I'm not gonna say that I haven't, but yeah, it's definitely never been the best place.
No, location.
Yeah.
And if you've been swimming all day, just give me something.
Well, Forrest lived on Rossmore, so you know it was perfect because we would just walk up there and
yeah, and Ryan literally lived in the house next to Pepe's.
Yeah, that tiny white one, as I remember.
Oh shit! Wait, Blasting Concept played a Fred Hammer event
right in the parking lot.
parking lot.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Pepe's. And I think we covered locals only, and Ryan moshed, and that was fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
That was so cool, dude.
Yeah.
If Ryan's there and a band covers locals only and he doesn't mosh, all cred is out.
Yeah.
Well, there goes the legend of Ryan Fredette.
That's true.
He's out.
You know?
He's out. He's out.
Something must be
Because
wrong.
what excuse you can have? Oh, dude, I got a bum leg. It's like, motherfucker, you've had that bum leg since '94, dude. Anyway. All right, so we're jumping right into it. The year is 1985. The correct answer is RKL, Keep Laughing. But, Stu, what do you got?
Wait, who else had that on their list?
I have that on my list.
I had it on my
I
list.
chose something different.
No, but all right.
All right, well, you go first, and then we'll all just talk about Keep Laughing.
Yeah.
Actually, let's start with Benji. Are we going to Keep Laughing?
Honestly, I was gonna choose Descendants.
For California Punk and Hardcore,
Yeah.
85 Descendants.
I don't want to grow up.
I don't want to grow up.
Man.
But I thought the legend, Joe Rivas told me that was 84.
Yeah. I did tell you that. But
Yeah,
I
but
was
who are the posers at the table not checking him? Fact checking?
Yeah.
This is 2020. We fact check now.
Yeah.
Hey, no judges, dude.
I just read it wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Pod World.
That's a month of me getting fucking emails.
You're gonna lose Patreon subscribers over
Yeah.
this. This is a scandal, bro.
Don't ever say that again.
The legend's not so legendary anymore. That's what's gonna happen, dude. I'm gonna
Okay,
get
so
demoted.
Descendants.
so Benji, if you had to compare this against the first Descendants record, what do you choose?
I honestly, I think I would choose this one.
Yeah,
I might like the production is a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
The flow of their songs are just they're finding their lane, they're finding their way. And honestly, you got Silly Girl on that album. It's
Yeah.
a great song.
Yeah.
And My World is a great song as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, but there's other bangers on there, but man, it's just like a great record.
Well-
and go
Yeah.
for
No.
it.
Go.
But the other thing
This
is like
yours.
the reason why I picked that one is because when I first heard the Descendants, it was Everything Sucks, and you know that record is like musically tight.
Perfect for me.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's the greatest comeback
record
album ever.
Oh, dude.
Right?
Yeah, it's just insane. And so, listening to that first, it was easier to kind of.
Shout out to Daniel that can't stand hearing people eat.
It's ASMR.
Shout out to Fugazi.
But either way, I Don't Want to Grow Up was a good transition to.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have the like Caribbean air horn?
The Vuvuzela? I wish.
I don't think it's is it a vuvuzela?
No. But
No, what is that? Oh, the
Oh, ham horn.
Honestly, fuck that one. You should just do the vuvuzela instead, because the other one is like way too played out. It's way too played out.
that. It is played out, but it still always makes me laugh. I never hate when someone does it. I'm like, okay, I love that.
I used to pour lattes, and when I do a perfect pour, I'd ham horn on my phone at Pete's Coffee.
Either way, I Don't Want to Grow Up
Yeah.
is the fucking shit.
I was just going to
Great
throw
pick,
out
Benji.
that Bill's playing because he had been in Black Flag all that time.
Yes.
In between, those records.
Yes.
Yeah. So his playing just improved that much more because of all the touring
Exactly.
and everything that they were doing. Yeah. So.
That same year,
Probably getting berated by Greg Ginn for a couple years.
That's why that's why Bill Stevenson is the GOAT. Because that same year, in '85, Black Flag released Loose Nut. And honestly, a banger on that album is I'm the One. Holy shit, man. It's a great song. It's a great song. But it's just Bill Stevenson.
Yeah.
Two different bands.
Yeah.
He's been like, Greg Ginn's just like fucking whipping the shit out of him, making him practice 7 hours a day and shit.
You gotta break them in.
Yeah. That's what's up.
break him down, break him in.
Yeah.
Stu hit it
With my wild card,
with your California.
California, well, I picked RKL, Keep Laughing.
Fuck yeah.
I picked RKL, Keep Laughing as well.
Okay, so you guys,
Also-
let's.
You guys share this one.
Well, first hold hands. Then look me in the eye and tell me how you feel about this record.
Oh yeah, papi.
Well, it starts with Think Positive.
Yeah, one of the greatest first songs on a punk album.
Yeah.
And also, let's talk about the artwork. This is the Dan Site's masterpiece.
Yeah.
Because not only like is the art ill, but the color scheme is ill.
It's fucking amazing. That blue with the
Like the magenta.
icy. It looks like an icy color
Yeah.
scheme.
It's
The-
iconic.
Like the snowboarding, like polar bear.
Yeah, I mean, I think about the color scheme and I think about RKL.
Yeah.
The same way that you think about like the first Adolescence LP, or or associating yellow with like the Bad Brains or something. I love it.
Yeah, I
for
did too. And Dead Teds, love that song. Just slow mid tempo the whole way through, just describing what it was like to party in Santa Barbara around that time. And it just puts you there, and I fucking love it. And like I've said before, it's like they're the first band I ever heard a lot of like cymbal catches into bass parts that go into a circle pit, and it just blew me away, like how these songs just captured so much speed and would stop it on a dime, and like they were just so tight, and you could just tell by the recording. And I just think like the whole band is Bomber, like for the most. I know he wrote all the music and played the drums on it. I don't know who's playing bass on it. I think you would know though, Joe.
Well, I'm not sure. It's before Joe. So.
Yeah.
I was listening to NoFX Liberal Animation the other day as I was on my my hunt to find who originated La Do and because we think that it may have come from Bomber, like tossed it in there, and then maybe Smelly from NoFX like took a snit, like a little piece of that and then turned it into like a thing. But I was so shocked that like kind of on Liberal Animation, Smelly's playing like a super loose style that is almost emulating Bomber. Like,
Bomber style is really loose, but I know that in those early RKL records that he took the discharge D beat with the kick for sure. So he did a lot of that, which I noticed. And then as he progressed, like on a lot of like the later like 88, 89 live albums in Europe, he's doing what you would do on a double kick, but with a single pedal, which is just like as the entire circle pit.
That's hard to do.
It's fucking wild.
Yeah, it is hard to do.
Consistently.
He's doing like basically like the Motorhead beat, but in double time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. I chose this one because those who listened to the pod before, I fucked up and also chose West Coast originally. And so I settled with this. And I didn't want to choose an Oxnard-related band, but I did choose this one because I had chosen Walk Together, Rock Together originally. So, yep. But this is still... of the other records that came out this year, this is by far, to me, the best because it's amazing.
Yeah, I love it too because it it makes the glory years of the Nard also spread from like '83 with "Don't Be Mistaken" to this RKL Keep Laughing, and my pick, the Dr. No Burn 7-inch, which I think is, I mean, to think that this comes out after Plug-in Jesus, where like. Plug-in Jesus is, it's those guys in Dr. No being like huge Discharge fans and then being able to like do their own stab on it. And a lot of that is in Kyle's vocals being so zany and also like his topics, like they're fucking cool. It's kind of like where a lot of like heavy metal, including them, would end up going. But it's like early punk, crazy, drivey, psycho music. They put out a great LP, or it could be considered Plug-in Jesus. Some people say it's an EP, right?
Yeah,
but it's a fucking fully formed LP. But then to follow that up the next year with a fucking Burn 7-inch, which is like the songs are just on par. I mean, these songs are so good they could have been like the LP songs of the year before.
They're so ahead of their time.
Yeah, and then Burn. Probably the greatest Dr. No song. If I had to choose
song.
one, maybe the greatest Nardcore song, although Booginess cover. What if they were having a duel to the death? Who knows? And Black and Gray and Conditioned and Intense Energy and SATC. What are we gonna do?
Keep going.
But yeah. But that Omega Point song off the fucking Nardcore for Life comp.
Oh my god.
But yeah.
They killed it last night, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, like 4 months ago?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, Burn is my pick. And
that Burn EP is absolutely fantastic. It's a 3-piece. So, that makes it that much more phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Stigmata. The Wounds of Christ. Sorry.
So good.
Yeah.
So demented.
So
It's
demented.
so fucking metal, dude.
Yeah.
At the same time.
But it's sonically it's punk, but it's like so
Yes.
metal, and that's why it resonates with people. Like, obviously Slayer did not choose a song off this 7-inch; they chose a song off the Plug-in Jesus.
Yeah.
But this
they could have
music,
easily.
of course,
Yeah.
this is resonating with
Metal.
everyone across the board of liking crazy music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reproductions of these songs later on This Island Earth, a few of the songs deprogrammed. What else? Watch It Burn Itself, and there's one other. Aren't quite as good.
Yeah, but I can understand the mentality they're going for.
Yeah.
They think that like, oh, this is a one-off 7-inch or a single. Like a lot of bands do that. They drop a single and then like the single gets re-recorded for the LP, and that's what they're thinking, right? We're going to go into a real studio. We're going to make these songs sound like how they wanted it in their head to sound.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to replicate like the original like energy and so forth.
Well, yeah, there's that, and it's a whole different studio. It's not at Mystic. It's at wherever they recorded that. I don't even remember.
It's got to be a legit LA studio.
Yeah, and so the production value is way up. Although there's amazing songs. My favorite Dr. No song, "For Whilst Falling," is on This Island Earth. So,
and I love listening to This Island Earth. and I love Reaction in Flesh. I like the whole fucking journey. Yeah. But if I had to choose to tell someone why Dr. No is so special, and you had to nail it down to one song, it's Watch It Burn.
For sure.
So, and that's why the 7-inch makes it as my favorite California punk or hardcore record of the year 1985.
Okay.
All right. Moving on. Stu, what is your favorite wild card record?
I chose to go overseas, and I picked Amoebic's Arise.
All right.
So they're basically Crusty Motorhead, if anybody hasn't heard it. It's war music in its simplest form. Songs like Drink and Be Merry. I would be riding my bike to school, looking at a yellow tinted sky about to rain, and the song would just blow me away every time I listened to it. The riffs are fucking heavy. The band looks terrifying. Their imagery is awesome. I think every shirt design or logo they have is just amazing. And I love this record very much. Close to my heart.
Yeah, they do a good job of like setting an atmosphere too.
Yes.
Right? So like maybe that's all. That's the only thing that I think we need to add for describing this.
Yeah.
Is that it's also kind of atmospheric.
Yeah, it is. I think that whole early crust scene is known for that. It's like that dystopian landscape they always try to describe. Kind of like
I think that,
post-apocalyptic.
This more than Discharge or anything else to really set that stage that you guys are talking about for what came in, into the 90s. And
they're setting it up for fucking Exxon 83 to come and knock it out of the fucking park. Yeah. Dude, I will never get over how much I love that song. I can't. It's my favorite 90s hardcore song now.
It came a lot later than you thought, dude.
Dude, I know. Fuck.
That's sick.
I wish we were all friends back then and I could have loved that band. It would have been my favorite band. They're the fucking No Effects of Crust. You know? Well, because there's no riffs. Like, they're playing the linoleum of Crust. They're just like, it's like the chord progression is like a linoleum-ass song, but it's just fucking brutal, Yeah. Shout out Exxon 83.
Shout out to my tape that already came out.
Yeah, dude.
Get that shit.
Yeah. Get that shit. Reflections, the cassette comp, 90s Nardcore. Dude, thank you for doing that project, Stu.
Dude,
like...
For the love of it.
Yeah, I think that you need to be thanked. That was gnarly. And I wish I could have paid you to have that AAO song not on there, but what are you going to do? 1,000 people die on a jet.
Burn your money, dude.
All right. Let's go to Benji. Who you got for your wild card?
So, for my wild card, I actually picked The Smiths, Meat is Murder.
Nice.
That's cool if you want to choose a white nationalist record.
All right, look it. Fuck Morrissey, right?
I agree. Like, I fucking hate the guy.
But
I don't know him, but
he's got bangers.
Yeah.
He really does.
There's some really good songs.
Yeah.
you got to get Johnny love. So
Yeah. Yeah, Johnny, definitely. The other thing is, man, honestly, like, I don't really fuck with Morrissey, like, the solo artist. Like, I know people really love him and they ride for him and stuff, but I don't really, like, listen to that stuff.
Yeah, they got burned. They went along for the whole ride.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever. But anyway, this album is sick. Headmaster's Rituals, great fucking song.
Yeah.
How Soon Is Now, a great song.
Absolutely.
And if we were to, like, kind of make connections today, Nick Woj, the drummer from Cold World, does a sweet remix with Mobb Deep, and that's that song.
Oh, like a mashup?
A mashup.
Ooh.
And it's fucking awesome.
Well,
Wow.
Quicksand did an amazing cover of it.
I haven't heard that.
Oh my god.
Of what?
Of How Soon Is Now?
Oh, like a rock version of that song?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I need to hear that.
Yeah, with Walter, and it's phenomenal.
I got to hear that.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Shout out
It was
to,
on an EP.
Shout out to episode 1
shout out
for
to
dropping
Slapshot.
knowledge. Yeah.
The
How about the
legendary.
Slapshot cover? of Smiths?
It's so fucking good.
Dude. Sheer Terror Boys Don't Cry is going to be the greatest cover.
Yeah,
You know.
I would agree. It's pretty.
This is a great pick. I love the entire Smiths catalog. I talked on the last time that we did this about the Gin Blossoms being my my guilty pleasure, but for all that time, you know, like of being friends with all the San Diego guys, like those guys were Smiths fans, like, you know, and wore it on their sleeve, and so it was hard for me to like be like, yeah, you guys are right. So I was a closet Smiths fan for a long time, and but I love the whole catalog.
Did you ever have the pompadour?
No, I unfortunately went bald at the age of 19 or 20, and
Oh shit! Sorry, bro.
I know it sucks. It sucks. If I could, I would. Joe could. You know, now my fucking
He has a mini pomp right now, even.
Yeah.
no, I'm fucking bald, and my fucking beautiful red beard is going gray. And someone needs to invent just for gingers, like really quick, like so I can fucking have this thing be bright red again.
I think your color is a 23C.
Oh, all right. That's what I'm here for. We got Joe dropping knowledge on the fucking punk front. We got Benji dropping some fucking follicle knowledge. You know, that's what it's all about.
That's the best.
Yeah. Anyone else on the Smiths? Is this the best Smiths record? Queen is Dead.
No, I wouldn't pick.
It's a toss up between those two.
You know what? My favorite Smiths record is the live record, and I'm not a fan of live records that much. But it's my favorite because it's so stripped down. And the Smiths, they do a lot of like some weird stuff that people probably love. And I love the live record, how stripped down it is. And it just lets the songs shine and everything's perfect. I love the fucking instrumental song on that record. I think other than that, it's only a B-side on one of the singles that I got. I used to always joke that was my favorite Smith song because Morrissey doesn't sing on it, you know, but whatever.
He's an awfully good singer. Like, or he's a, I don't know.
He's he's okay. Like,
He's fucking
great.
awesome, dude.
He's
Like,
great.
he's a great singer. And obviously, great singer, great lyrics. It sucks to be, you know, sucked down some shitty political path, especially when, like, the world is yours.
Fucking
You know what I
man,
mean?
I'll pay $130 to go see him at the Pasadena.
Only if he wears a tree.
A lot of fools that were like, "Oh, fuck, you hate Morrissey now." It's like, oh, then a sick ass show pops up with him headlining, and they're like, "How much?"
Well, when he quits that show, you know, what's the inevitable thing that's going to happen here?
When he gets hit by a water bottle on the first song.
Yeah, whatever. Then, you know, or you know, they're selling steak across the street, and so he's going to quit because you know it's too close for him or whatever. You know, it's still going to be a pretty rad show,
Right.
so.
It's true.
Do you remember when?
Or
I was-
that show that happened already, I think.
probably. I was on one of the recent podcasts when I was talking with Eddie, because he was talking about booking shows in the college in Fullerton, and I was mentioning that like one of the only shows that I ever went to on a college campus was when NoFX played UCSB, in like the football arena or whatever. Were you there?
Yeah.
Do you remember that Screech from Saved by the Bell had a band, and they played on like the other stage? Yeah. One of the guitarists of AAO, he's the guy that fucking binked him in the face with a water bottle. So
What do you do?
no, I think he stormed off. Yeah, and then I think he came back. Like the set wasn't over, but he definitely was bummed because he got hit with a full water bottle in the face when he's just trying to be punk. And
Did they have bangers?
no, they were fucking terrible.
Terrible.
They're terrible. But
Yeah, Down by Law played that show too.
on that stage, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember not so much, but yeah, shout out Daniel from Against All Odds for throwing a water bottle at Screech.
That rules.
Now go do it to Morrissey.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Cool.
Yeah. So
Joe?
mine, My wild card, I chose "Tears for Fears" song from the Big Chair. I just love this band. They encompassed the good parts of new wave, but again with a real guitarist and bass player and drummer, and so I really appreciated that. And they wrote great songs. So, and it was a big deal in 1985. The MTV is there, and growing up, that's my freshman year of high school. So it was a lot going on there. So it's important to me. So I love that record. I also wrote down 2 other records. I had Smith's Meet His Murder on my sub list here, but also The Cure, Head on the Door, and The Cult Love were also pretty dang good records too.
Okay,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My 85 wild card is Tom Waits' Rain Dogs. Now, this is the second one. On the previous episode, I talked Swordfish Trombones. This is the second in the trilogy of Swordfish Trombones, Rain Dogs, and Frank's Wild Years. And this is probably the consensus of people that enjoy Tom Waits' full catalog. They think this is the best record. It just, if you get to be a fan of Tom Waits, his albums, they're real journeys. Like you can't really like pluck out songs and get like the full experience. You have to like take the ride. Mm-hmm. And this record is, but the one that you mentioned, Stu, the Bone Machine, is probably my favorite because it's the hardest of taking the ride. But this is his, while Swordfish Trombones was him figuring out the sounds and doing some of those, like, here's a wild song, here's a crooner. This is like his first like complete album where he can do that wild style and take you through all the motions, and it's something else. If you like this type of stuff at all, Rain Dogs is the fucking move. It has some of his most classic songs, in my opinion. Hang Down Your Head being probably my favorite. A lot of people think that Time is his best ballad, especially of like this era coming out of like where he's only doing crooners. Yeah, just an amazing album all around. And like the cover too is like, it just gives you like a weird feeling. Like, what is that? Like, it's like I don't know. It's like a jovial fat guy like giving someone a hug, and you're like, is this like an uncomfortable hug? Is this a loving hug? Like, I don't really know what to feel, but it's Tom Waits, so it's got to be some weird shit. I don't fucking know. And then and there's stuff on here that like doesn't make any sense. Like, there's a song called Blind Love, which is just like a basic ass country song. It's like, it's the worst song on the record. Like, why is Tom Waits doing a normal song? Like, what the fuck? But yeah, this fucking record, again, if people are not into Tom Waits and you want to see if you are into like, 80s, 90s to current stuff, this is the best record. And check it out. That's all I got.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, Rain Dogs. And kind of cool, like the idea of Rain Dogs. So he describes it as like basically in a big city when there's like a lot of stray dogs, like dogs are marking their territory everywhere, right? Like dogs are pissing. Like, that's my fucking corner. That's my hydrant, motherfucker, whatever. But then like a big rain comes, right?
Yeah.
And all the dogs, they're just like roaming the city like oh shit. At? Yeah, like we gotta like, is this even my city? Like, whatever. And you gotta start from stake your claim. Start from scratch.
It's a bunch of dog gangs, man.
Yeah.
Dog gangs everywhere.
I know, but you're starting from scratch. Whose corner is that?
That's true.
And where's the weed spot at?
Got a weed spot over here. Got a weed spot over here. Hey guys, help me out.
How many years have you been playing guitar, Stu?
Hey guys, help me out.
So fucking shout out District 9, one of the greatest hardcore 7-inches ever. School of Hard Knocks. All right. Moving on to 1986. Favorite California punk and hardcore record? Stu, take it.
Uniform Choice, Screaming for Change.
I got the same.
Yeah.
Benji? Oh, sorry.
No.
I assume everyone has it.
Let's
talk about it.
Let's go. Self-explanatory record, dude. It's the Minor Threat of the West Coast. And it's I had to think about that a lot and hard because both bands are just amazing in the style they do. Mm-hmm. I think at the end of the day I'd choose Minor Threat, but Uniform Choice, it just feels like just because they're from California, I feel like they're like my band, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
They really don't get, I don't know, the credit or the love that they deserve.
I agree.
Like, if I'm going to be quite honest, like, I heard about them maybe, like, let's just say, like, I started listening to music in 2000.
Okay.
And I didn't hear about them or, like, even really pay attention to them till about, like, I don't know, man, like 2007.
I could go even later than you, though, with that. Like,
so that's like a span of 7 years where it's like, I probably should have known about them. They probably should have been under my radar when I got into music.
Yeah.
But didn't happen for like 7 years.
You never know, though, because, like, we have talked about on the San Diego pod I do, like, dialing into this record. We've talked about it a lot. And Greg says it doesn't connect to that many people now, and we think that maybe it's just because it's a little too wild, like there's a little too much of the YOLO punk, maybe. Mm-hmm. I don't know, because I think comparing it to Minor Threat is a good comparison. Obviously, straight edge hardcore, whatever. It is 5 years after, and it's just the speed is turned up, the vocals are a little more over the top. And
there's so much energy on it.
This thing fucking rages. I mean, like, the day that this makes me not want to fucking stage dive on my bed is the day that someone needs to take me out back and fucking old yeller my ass. You know what I mean? Because, and I mean, the set is like the stage is set with this record just coming in on fucking guitar ring outs and the fucking drummer playing lightning fast with those little phlegms and shit. Yeah. And it's just like, oh my God. And then I don't know the first hardcore band to like do like that guitar cutout, you know, where it's like just, cutout. Now the riff starts. Yeah. You know, but I do know this is probably the fucking song that perfected it, you know, and then it just comes back in like now it's like you're doing these fucking fast as fuck ring outs. Now you cut out. Now you're doing this riff and now drums kick back in and now you're doing the riff that fucking fast with the drums. It's like, oh my God, if that doesn't make your fucking blood boil, like, I don't know if you like this fucking, you don't like 80s hardcore, probably, right? Like, whatever. People can have opinions on the singing or whatever, but like,
what opinions would they have?
Well, I mean, some people could think that it's over the top, like the operatic stuff.
I don't know. That's what makes it good to me.
It makes it great, but I'm just saying, like, the energy of this stuff is off the fucking charts. Yeah. And I will say that, like, if you don't like the singing on the verses, like when they slow it down and do the breakdowns, it's like that's when the fucking scene you're like, okay, I fucking know what this guy's going for. Like, don't change and people change. It's like, ooh, it's like, I mean, this is it's some of the best music ever. Yeah. I fucking love it. Great picks too.
Thanks. That was your pick as well?
Oh yeah. Okay. Joe.
I chose Dead Kennedy's Bedtime for Democracy.
So glad to have him on here because I feel like
finally,
you know, with us saying California punk and hardcore, to have him not represent until 1986. Take it away, Joe.
Yeah, so I chose this record. You know, we bought this new. We are. When I say we, I mean my brother and I, Dobby and I, and our crew of friends. Burning John and his brother Chris and Rob Calvert and all those, and we joined forces with the Wanimi guys, which is Pika and Forrest and Justin and like all that. So that's when this happens. This record comes out. Nobody was sure that there was going to be this other Dead Kennedys record or not. Nobody knew what was going on with them because they were going through all the stuff from Frankenchrist with their lawsuit and all the stuff that was happening with that. But this came out, and we had this friend Dan that had a car. We were all, I was 15, 16 at the time, so not driving yet, and he would play this. I just vividly remember this. He would play the song, and we're driving around in his car, and he played "I Spy." You're familiar with the song?
I have I have the cassette though. Shout out to Fred Hammer.
Dun, 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 dun. And then it goes like this crazy fast part of the song. So it starts off this real slow, dirgy kind of thing, and then it goes fast. But the way he would drive, it was just crazy. It was fun. I would hold on to I was outside the car on the hood of his car, driving like the Camarillo back roads and stuff like that. Super fast. That's not really interesting. I'm sorry, but that's the memory that I have.
I think that's a great fucking.
It's fucking interesting.
It's super rad.
Driving and music like go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like it always. It's the soundtrack.
They
to your
put
shit.
radios in cars. It's fucking crazy.
It's
And then the cover, take this job and shove it. It's great.
Now tell me if I'm totally wrong, which I am often, but this is like the most stripped down Dead Kennedys record. Also,
I think so. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's the most produced.
I seem like,
but like they didn't do anything extra.
Yeah,
if that's what you mean.
Yeah, I was saying it's the most stripped down.
Yeah.
Kind of in a way that I think is really interesting. Them kind of stripping things down, and then it's also the way the Misfits went.
Yeah.
Like their later stuff was also like the most like direct, the most direct songs they had, which are just like blazing. I'm not saying that this is not blazing fast like fucking Earth AD, but it's that they're doing like more complex songs in the beginning, and then they're actually like honing in and going for it. So anyway, am I completely wrong?
No,
you're not.
Okay. No, I agree.
Which is cool, right? I mean, yeah. Anyway, that's what I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so Joe, you want to say all the '86 punk stuff that was out there?
Yeah. So also, No Means No, Sex Mad, Blast, Power of Expression. I'm surprised nobody chose that, but
that's on my list.
White Flag, Feeding Frenzy, The Descendants
Mystic
Enjoy.
Yep.
No Effects. So What If We're on Mystic?
Terrible record.
Yeah, it is. DI, Horse Bites, Dog Cries, and
not for me.
Yeah, and Fire Hose.
And what were your '86 others, Benji?
Well, actually, Power of Expression is on my list for '86 for California bands.
Oh, did we not go to you?
No.
Shit, we fucked up because me and Stu had the same.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay because that's a good way to segue into this. Blast is the fucking shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this album is just how it starts, how it ends, everything about it. And the other thing is, if I'm going to be like completely honest, I hear the Blast style in our area. Like, so sometimes when people say like, oh, like that area kind of has a sound, a lot of times I feel like, like Graham from Annihilation Time, like plays, you can hear
it.
The Mike Nieder sound in his playing. You can hear the Greg Ginn sound in his playing.
Yeah.
And I'm biased because I played in the band, but Railer, Blasting Concept,
oh, for sure.
Civil Conflict, all really hone in on that type of like style.
Yeah.
And so I really do feel like it's a part of the sound of this area.
Yeah, for sure.
Nonetheless,
That's a direct link to Fred being a huge Blast fan.
Yeah.
And then Fred and then in the 2001 Fields of Fire In Control tour, with Fred going with Fields of Fire, and then Graham coming out of that and wanting to do Annihilation Time, and then having Fred sing for that. So that's Fred and Graham right there for putting that sound into the. I mean, they came here, Blast played, in their prime in Ventura County
for sure, several times.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that this is when it started, because a lot of that was probably
Direct.
people liked it and were influenced by it and so forth. But I would say that of the last 20 years, that's like we can directly correlate that to Graham and Fred is putting it in the DNA of the Nard.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord for those two motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Fred obviously had a super special connection to them. Putting out the lab stuff, their post, the post band, and then naming his first book.
Yeah, the Power Expression.
After this record, yeah. So
yeah, and Lab being Life After Blast.
yeah.
What? Lab.
But also shout out to Mandel for doing the Blackout 7-inch.
I was just going to say, what about Blackout?
Yeah.
Not T-Zog Blackout. Shout out to Blackout.
Well, Lab could also be Life After Blackout.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, great pick. So going into God damn it. I was gonna do such a nice transition, but we gotta do the 86 wild cards. So
Yo, music starts to get real fucking cool.
Oh, I'm really
around this
my
time,
picks get stupid.
Yeah,
no, I was so righteous about I got 2 hardcore picks. It starts disappearing a little bit.
Well, it's cool because you get to see what 2 genres you kind of break off into.
Yeah, mine just break off to being following some weird drunk guy who's actually sober the entire 80s and 90s until today.
Tom Waits?
Yeah, he got weird when he got married and sober. That's the fucking weirdest thing.
I wonder what his reality is.
That's what love does to you boys.
One day I hope I find out. Yeah.
Who wants to kick off the 86 wild card?
You take it, Stu.
Okay. I picked...
Okay, first off, let's say, if this is not unanimous, then someone's getting chucked out the window.
It's not.
Well,
It's totally not. And I know what you picked.
There's a couple runners up that I'll accept.
Okay.
Yes. All right, Stu. Let's see.
I picked Conflict, the Ungovernable Force.
Okay, if you're gonna go full crust punk, then I can't argue it.
that's like punk.
This is the best punk. If you're gonna go punk, which I think bare bones is political, action oriented, passionate. This is the album, and I think that this is punk. It's so fucking good, and I think it planted that. Well, my notes here say it planted the vegan seed within. Based on the song called "We Are the Alf," and that song blew me away because the entire song is just lyrics teaching you how to be an animal rights activist, like how to strip paint from cars and putting sand in a gas tank, and just cool things like telling you how to use herbal shampoos. It's a fucking great song.
Shout out Tom's of Maine. Right? That's a brand, right?
I think so.
The toothpaste? That's
Tom's?
the vegan toothpaste. Is it Tom's of Maine?
Yeah, it
Or am I
is.
totally wrong?
No,
Okay.
you fucked. That's funny. I was like, what band is that?
Can't you just stick your toothbrush into some baking soda?
Just baking soda, coconut oil. You're good.
Same thing as Tom's.
Yeah, this fucking song tells you all about that, dude. Wow. Yeah.
Ahead of their time.
Yeah, 86, dude. Every song flows.
They weren't the first doing that either, though. So
Yeah. First for me. Anyways, love this.
Love this pick.
It's a great pick, dude. So,
I thought I was so righteous, but all right. Joe, you want to hit him with the real answer?
yeah, Beastie Boys, License to Ill. Look how bummed you just got.
Are you serious?
yeah, dude.
Serious.
Oh my god.
We'll chime in.
That's cool. No, I'm gonna shut up over here.
I know what you expected me to say. But
Whoa, I thought you were cool, dude.
yeah, well, I'm not.
We're not.
Okay.
I'm episode none now, dude.
Dang.
From the mountaintop.
How mighty we fall.
Really?
However
But
that
Beastie
goes.
Boys?
Yeah, so I chose the Beastie Boys. This record, I think, more than anything in the 80s, changed music. Yeah, let me say that again. This record changed music more than anything else in the 80s.
How so?
So
It's like the shape of everything terrible to come. Like,
guy.
well, it's like, does Red Hot Chili Peppers exist without this?
Yeah, because their first record was in 82. So yeah,
And they're from LA.
yeah.
They're the other worst band.
And there's no internet.
Until Aerosmith starts kicking out all ballads. Then we got the 3 worst bands.
Dude, how you gonna talk shit on the Red Hot Chili Peppers, man? They put their dick inside socks.
I think it's called Cocks in Socks. But yeah, okay. All right. Pitch this album to me, dude. I'm open-minded.
Okay. So, also on this record is at least one member of the band that you expected me to choose playing a song, right?
Cool.
So, yeah, cool. Yeah,
Dang. Wow.
this guy. What's that? It's okay.
No, so like, what do you like about it?
It was fun.
The call and answer is fun.
It was fun.
Fun record.
It was a lot of fun.
To listen with your buddies in a car.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see the appeal of it. It's just I'm actually a pretty big hip hop fan, and I don't understand this at all. It just doesn't resonate with me. Yeah. I don't know how much fun music I like when I think about it.
Yeah. Well, you're not a very fun person.
Yes.
No, it's certainly not the cream of the crop of hip hop, but it opened the door to the entire world to what hip hop could be, more than any other hip hop record up to that point. You know, Paul's Boutique is far superior as far as hip hop. Purist hip hop goes.
Is that after this or before this?
What year was that? Paul's Boutique.
I'm going to say 88.
Okay. Love that album.
Yeah, but this record was the catalyst that changed hip hop, and anybody that says that's not the case is full of shit. They're denying that this opened that door. So, yeah,
I like this record. I think it bangs.
Fuck yeah.
You got that Benji endorsement.
Benji, go.
All right. So this is actually really hard. Both of these bands are they're from New York.
What are you choosing between 2 right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Damn, it's a nail biter. We're down to it.
This is a tough year, man.
86 is rough.
86 is fucking. Actually, I mean, there's a bunch of different bands I can pick from, honestly.
Dude.
But I have this is the thing with these lists, man. Like, I love them all.
I know.
Yeah, so Joe, while Benji's deciding, can you paint the picture for 86?
I don't want to step on whatever his pick.
But I want to hear all the ones that I don't want to hear Benji's just down to 2 now.
Well,
I want to hear your whole list.
We need yours as well.
All right.
Okay,
So,
well, I'm
fair
gonna pick the
enough.
one that I like.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
It's the Cro-Mags, baby. Age of Quarrel. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Thank you.
it's like, damn.
Was that the record we were supposed to choose?
There's two. There's fucking two.
I can only think of one album better than
And
that.
then the only other one, the only other one I would have picked
Is Master of Puppets this year though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, see, like I didn't even look over there on that side, but I also it was close between AF, Cause for Alarm.
Oh,
So I don't know.
not even close. Cro-Mag's Age of Quarrel.
For sure. For
yeah,
Age of
No,
Quarrel.
to you.
AOQ
That's my favorite
all the way,
hardcore album ever.
all the way.
What?
Cro-Mags, Edge
Okay.
Coral.
Yeah, I mean,
But I did pick Conflict over that.
it's hipster ass shit then.
Whatever,
Choose
dude.
your favorite record.
It's the fucking baking soda toothpaste, bro.
I know.
Messing with his head.
Whatever.
You gotta choose your favorite, dude. Yeah, Age of Coral, fucking great pick. It's been talked about on the pod so much. I mean, it's it's one of the greatest hardcore records ever.
Yeah.
Period.
And objectively, even if you're not a fan of it, objectively, it's a top 10 hardcore record.
For sure.
And that was my issue. Is like I would lump Age of Coral into minor threat category in terms of like
Which should be picked.
Kings. I know. It's just this is rough for me, so
Okay, so for the 90s, let's choose our favorites. But
or keep doing what you're doing. Because I
doing
like
my
it.
thing.
I
I'm
like
doing
it.
my thing.
I know, but it's like,
at least it's represented.
Yeah.
So
but it might not be. But it might not be. And then, because I'm not going to choose it right now, and then Age of Coral doesn't get mentioned for 86, and it should have been.
Yeah.
So,
well, it is on the side note. So
okay. Slayer, Rain and Blood. And Jesus Christ.
I mean, that crushes everything.
Yes.
Guys, and we all talked about how that was going to be Joe and I's favorite too, but
I feel like that's the LeBron James of our choices of records. You're just going to
of
kill
aggressive
everybody.
music in
Yeah.
general.
You're just going to kill everybody.
don't be mad.
It's like you guys want to fucking kiss necks and fondle all night, or you guys want to fuck? I choose to fuck. I'm going Slayer, Rain and Blood.
It is an amazing record.
I mean, how many times on this pod do I have to say I like
And
things?
also the record that changed that music entirely forever.
Well, if you want to talk about something where it's like nothing before it or nothing after it, let's talk about the fucking apex, which is Slayer, Rain and Blood.
Yeah, that's true.
And Jesus Christ, I mean, like,
How fast is that fucking record? And how about that has the best opening track and the best second track?
yeah,
Best closing
Angel of Death and
track.
Piece by Piece, best closing track, best fucking 2 songs back to back, Altar of Sacrifice in the fucking Jesus Saves.
Dude, it's so fucking heavy.
Like, it's you guys are crazy.
My little brother called me. My brother.
You look so disappointed right now.
Well, I just think that like if we need to make our honest picks because
It is an
this.
honest pick.
It is an honest pick.
You just said yours wasn't an honest pick.
Justified honest pick.
Fair enough. I mean, if you want to get something in, but I think that's when we would allow like I have a honorable mention that I have to get in.
Yeah,
You're allowed to
I don't
cheat.
have any honorable mentions.
Yeah. That's all. It's just I'm looking at my 87 pick and it's like, I mean, I have to say it because I'm being honest here. It's not what I want to choose, but you guys will see.
That's kind of how I feel for 87 too.
Okay. What if we choose the
You're
same
gonna
one?
fucking hate my pick, dude.
No, I'm cool. This is the offensive one. But yeah. So what else we got in the year 86, Joe?
Well, on my list is Master Puppets, and then Talking Heads, True Stories.
And then
That
what
was the other huge record of '86. I mean, there's a whole bunch of other stuff too, obviously.
What were the other ones you had for 86, Benji?
Youth of Today break down the walls. Right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then also Beowulf, they're self-titled. And they have a few fucking slappers on there, man.
Yeah.
Drink, fight,
Drink,
fuck.
fight, fuck.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I think that now would be a good time to go to Storytime with Forrest.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
sounds good.
Let's bring him over.
Let's bring him over. Let's fucking beam him up, dude.
Joe has his number.
Oh, yeah. 805. No. Let's do that.
648-1100 is the number to the Domino's on Ventura Avenue.
6431043 is Corrales.
8675301.
8675309. That was my Dollar Tree employee number.
All right. All right. So
fucking love you.
let's bring on story time with Forrest. And this time you're saying we get a 2-for-1, huh?
Yes. Super.
All right.
Okay. Both of these stories involve the legend Joe Rivas.
Oh, episode 1? You don't say.
So, story number 1, and this is probably late 80s, but we used to go and get winos, the shoes that they had at Kmart. Yeah, I remember Joe and I went, and we go in, and all they had was slip-on. We're like, what the fuck? You know, there's no lace-up winos anymore. So we're like, I think we were just like, let us speak to your manager. Like, we were just like totally like doing this whole fucking at Kmart. And Joe's like, well, do you have a number for the distributor? Is there somebody that we can call? How can we? Well, you know, we'll go try and find something out. But back in these days, they made the mistake of leaving air in the tires and the bikes and the sporting goods department. So Joe and I were like, fuck this. And we get on BMXs and start tearing through fucking Kmart until they eventually kicked us out. So, second...
Which Kmart was this?
The Oxnard one.
Okay. Channel Islands and
Channel Islands Ventura.
Ventura Road, yeah.
So, second story.
Forgot all about that.
Final.
Okay, so this story, I'm going to let Joe tell... first, you have to hear my perspective of the story, because my perspective of the story is totally different.
Uh-oh.
We're at...
Well, because you were on acid.
No. No, but definitely intoxicated. So this is, was it 89, 90? It was a graduation party for a bunch of our friends that graduated.
89.
89.
Yep.
And Joe was drunk. We're all, it was a party.
No, 90. You're right. Yeah. It's 90. Sorry.
But so Joe and I were both a lot skinnier back then. So he like picks me up over his shoulder and starts spinning me around like helicopter.
We used to do this at parties and stuff all the time.
Yeah. So he's spinning me around. So here's what I remember happening. He's spinning me around. He trips and falls. And all of a sudden, I'm just sitting down with my back against the brick wall. But everybody in the party is crouched down in a semicircle around me, right? I'm like, what the fuck? Joe's brother, Davi, is like right up like in my face. And behind him, there's Joe pacing back and forth with his hands on his head, just going, I fucking killed Forrest, dude. I fucking killed Forrest. I fucking killed Forrest. I'm like, what the fuck is everybody tripping on, right? Like, as far as I was concerned, I fell and I'm sitting down. And like everybody around me just looks fucking mortified. And Dobby's like, oh, dude, his nose is fucking broken. I'm like, dude, my nose is fine. I grabbed the tip of my nose and wiggled it back and forth, and everybody just goes, oh! I'm like, what are you guys fucking tripping out on? I thought somebody spilt beer on my face because it was soaked. And I just went like blow the beer off my mouth and just splattered blood on everybody. I'm like, hold on a second. What the fuck is going on? I turn around, I look at the brick wall, and there's a line of like blood and hair and skin going all the way. I guess when he tripped and fell, he swung me like a baseball bat face first into this fucking brick wall. So I'm like, hold on. I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. I was like, dude, you need to just sit down. I'm like, no, fuck you. I need to see my fucking face, right? I go into the bathroom, nose smashed, 2 black eyes, like a huge bald spot on my head where I just like slid down the fucking... But here's the best part. There was some amazing fucking party that night that I still hear stories about. People like, dude, you were at that party, right? I'm like, no, I wasn't there. I was fucking at home licking my wounds. But it didn't break, but the cartilage completely dislocated from the bone. But yeah, I still hear stories about that party I missed because, yeah. Joe's story number?
Damn.
And in your perspective, Joe?
So I had Forrest.
I don't remember what really happened.
So if you could picture this out there in Podland, Forrest's, he's on my shoulders, but like his legs, his feet are pointing to the ground. On the front, I don't know how to explain that. Like his feet are here.
He's sitting on your shoulders like a child would sit on a...
No. I have his shins are on my shoulders.
So you're going to give him a pile driver,
and he's behind me because he would He would stand on his hands.
You're holding his shins, and his knees are on your shoulders, and he's back behind you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically,
he's hanging, looking upside down.
He's looking
69 in his butthole.
Yeah.
Well, looking at the back of my feet really is what he's looking at.
Yeah.
So, And then I'd start spinning, and then he would come up, and then we would
do the
spin around.
old airplane spin.
Yeah, basically airplane spin. And then it was at
Vic's house, right?
Cindy Angelo Miles. We were talking about Angelo, his wife's house.
Okay.
They were still dating at the time. They weren't husband and wife yet, but and then
Wasn't like a sprinkler head or something.
right. There was like a dip in the in the grass, which was a sprinkler. We think or whatever,
or a gopher.
I wasn't drunk yet.
Yeah.
And then I stepped in that and then it just threw my whole balance off and force just went
I guess I was knocked the fuck out for a little while.
quite a while. I was freaking out.
Yeah. Well, everyone lived to tell the tale, so cheers to that, boys.
Yeah. Force is alive.
All right. Wait, you got mangoes?
Yeah, I got mangoes dehydrating at home, and they've been dehydrating for 12 hours. I got to get over there, dude. They're gonna get tough.
All right, so let's blast.
They're gonna spoil.
Yeah. All right. I'm following up for California Punk and Hardcore 1987. I'm following up Benji, and I'm going Blast in My Blood.
God damn you.
Do you got it too?
I do.
Okay.
That's good.
So
All right, let's talk about it. So
Talk about it together.
Let's compare Power Expression to this. The reason why I didn't get Power Expression is the Uniform Choice LP gets me.
Right.
Now, I think if I had to choose one album, I'd choose Power Expression. But I do love the direction of just getting like even a little more powerful,
Right.
you know, in my blood, and maybe. You can't really even say a little more serious because like Blast is like fucking pretty serious, right?
Right.
But this album, just the imagery, a little less punk sounding, a little more full sounding. I fucking love the direction of this, and I think if you love Power of Expression, this is like the follow-up record you want,
Dude, totally. And to follow your point on just how they're playing, I mean, they recorded live their albums, but separately. So they really didn't like look at each other, but they would have to feel each other. So coming into this album, they're still doing the same thing, but they're like so fucking locked in.
Yeah.
And so to hear that, like, and you actually can hear that a little bit when you listen to both of the records. You can tell that they've really stepped it up, and they're really just feeling each other out. They obviously like practice a lot. You can tell through this record. I really like the song "Shh,"
Yes. Yes.
but man, Blast is the fucking shit. That's all I got to say about them, man.
Yeah, and I don't know how you could ever choose Ronald's be your favorite Black Flag singer after he shit on Blast and fucking get in the van.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Because I read that book and I don't even remember that.
I read that book and I don't remember that.
Stood out like a sore thumb.
Fuckers.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fuck Henry.
I would love to have him on the pod. I'd love to have his take on Blast now.
I'm just kidding.
That'd be sick. First question.
Oh, we'll get him, dude. We'll get him
Yeah,
eventually.
dude. For
Couple
sure.
years.
Yeah.
Stu.
Well, I mean, I picked 1987 RKL, Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would.
I mean,
But this is what I'm saying. You got to choose it because what if someone else does it?
yeah, that's true.
You know? Because
Yeah.
I didn't choose it.
I fucking love this record, man, so much. Like,
This is the most wild, out of control music there possibly can be.
ever, yeah, it's just blues sped up.
Scab on my brain.
Scab on my brain into Hangover. Like, you got the country song. You got Bomber playing spoons. Dude, you got the Beastie Boys song at the end.
Break the camel's back.
Break the
Shout
camel's
out,
back.
shout out episode 1.
The legendary.
And the fact that the
none.
lyrics on this LP are all in comic form is fucking crazy too.
Legendary.
Legendary.
Yeah,
So just
it's an absolutely amazing record.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
Love it. Yeah,
We were gonna pick it too.
I'm so glad he picked it because it's your favorite punk album ever, and it would be bullshit if you didn't pick it.
I know it would.
And then, but we have gone over this record like a lot of the Nardcore stuff.
Yeah.
And great pick, fucking insane. 87 Punk. I mean, who's doing it better?
No one.
No one.
Maybe Suicidal Tendencies.
87's full crossover by now.
Okay.
Join the
Yeah.
Army.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I would consider it a crossover album.
That record came out in '87. So
Yeah. Joe.
okay, I chose the Descendants All.
I love that
Absolutely
one.
love
Great
this
pick,
record.
dude.
Camage.
I love the art on it.
You know,
Is
all
this the In the
logistics.
Covers album or the In the Covers song? What is that?
Clean Sheets?
Clean
Yes.
Sheets.
Oh, fucking love that song, dude.
Yeah.
Pep Talk. Like, there's so many. Van. There's
That
so
song will
many
get canceled.
Oh, for sure.
Sheets are dirty, and so are you.
So fucking good, dude.
There's a lot of songs that they wouldn't be able to get away with today.
I
Plenty.
don't know that necessarily.
Like My Fat Beaver.
It's about her
Only
cheating
Fat
on him and him
Yeah.
It's a good song.
calling her out on it. I don't know if that would be a cancel culture one. Maybe you're right, but
Beaches strewn with seagull guts.
yeah, exactly. But I love this record.
And I
Played it
think
a lot.
this little series that we're doing, it's really, I think that maybe they're the band that's gotten shouted the most, which like goes to show like their discography, how strong it is.
Yeah.
They've gotten picked the most. Descendants for sure.
Just once before.
No, every album got picked, I think. No?
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
More than two.
More than two. Yeah, they've had three. I don't think
I think
anyone's
I
had-
mentioned that in whatever year the other one was, but I don't think anybody picked it.
Oh.
Definitely, but we've definitely had 3 picks of Descendants. So
Okay.
Milo, Don't Want to Grow Up, all.
And I definitely
Oh,
mentioned
there you go. 3.
Everything Sucks.
Yes.
I did mention that one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's not until
Yeah.
96 anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it has got mentioned 3 times. Each of you guys have chosen one.
Okay.
So no one else has been chosen 3 times. We got Blast with 2. We got Tom Waits with 2, but both from me. Yeah. Okay.
So other punk records that I know to, well, I said Suicidal Tendencies, Join the Army, No Effects, the PMRC Can Suck on This, Butthole Surfers, Locust Abortion, Poison Idea, although they're not really California, so I guess that doesn't count. Flipper, Adolescence, Brats in the Battalion.
That's a great record.
Yeah. And then I was torn on if I was going to pick the Descendants or Neurosis, Pain of Mind. But I went with Descendants. Because it holds truer to me.
Cool. 87 on your wild card, Stu.
I picked King Diamond, Abigail.
Fuck yeah. I mean, it's the greatest King Diamond
It's
solo record.
so fucking good. It's their second album. The riffs are amazing. They're so fucking hard. And, like, the vocals are so over the goddamn top. And he's 60 years old, and he's still doing that shit today, dude. And they're so theatrical.
He's 60 right now in 2020. You're saying, right?
At least late, like, 60 or, like, going into 70.
I think he's been lip syncing since the 90s, just so.
No.
I think so.
Don't tell me that, dude.
I think so.
Jesus.
Because someone saw him at Showcase Theater. It's like you can't hide that shit.
Wait, is King Diamond played Showcase?
Yes.
63.
Fucking cool.
63?
He's 63 now.
Yeah. I love me some Merciful Fate. And I love this. I also love this record.
Yeah, it's a great record. It was on Road Racer Records, which later became Roadrunner, which I think is really cool. Just this whole album is like, it's a concept album. It's like set in 1845 about this family ghost.
It's everything. It's everything like you would make fun of heavy metal
so
for.
fucking good,
But
dude.
it's too good.
Like, there's like a stillborn named Abigail that like the family ghost tells them about, and it like possesses Miriam. It's fucking sick. So, and I really want to see him live because apparently he holds like this fake baby in the sky. Yeah,
you should just go see Alice Cooper instead. It's far better.
they just played. Last year, I think it was in December 2019 they played.
Yeah.
So it's a fridge. Yeah. Nothing I can do.
Well, that's all I got. King Dam and Abigail is my wild card.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, I think that's a great choice. Take it, Joe.
I chose the Cult Electric.
Okay.
This is the first record where they really kind of changed what they were doing. It's way more rockin'. This first record with Rick Rubin producing it. It's really good. I loved this record when I was a kid. I still like it.
Cool.
I don't have a whole lot to say about it.
I love your picks, dude, because
really good.
They're nothing I would pick. That's why I like them.
Agreement.
Benji, what you?
So I think I messed up on this one and forgot to pick a wild card. However, I do have options. And we already mentioned Blast. We've already mentioned Suicidal Tendencies, Adolescence, RKL. The only other one that we didn't mention, and I don't know if this counts because it's a comp album, but
It definitely counts.
Sure? Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death. That has like Police Truck, Holiday in Cambodia, I Fought the Law, I Won. And those are all songs that didn't appear on anything else. So they all put them on that album. But, man, all the tracks are on that album. And, yeah, it's fucking great.
Bangers.
Yeah.
Down with that pick.
That's cool.
Yeah, we'll accept that.
Anytime you choose punk for your wild card, you're a winner.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I went for my wild card, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction. And again, it's like, this is where we have to be honest of choosing what is our favorite and the best, right? It's like, Guns N' Roses doesn't need my fucking vote. But in the year 1987, they put out the greatest rock and roll record of all time, And if you doubt it, listen, it's so easy. That shit is so fucking dirty and so raw for being a rock and roll record. It's fucking awesome. And it's just fucking track after track, hit after hit. Like you've listened to this album so many times, you think they're all hits. It's like Night Train was never a fucking single. Could have been. It's that fucking good. You know what I mean? And this album is raw and dirty for like a band that got so popular, obviously. And the hits are the hits. They're fucking bangers too. This is the only album I would vouch for, like very similar to people coming at me for choosing like E-Town and shit. I'm only vouching for the second E-Town record. I'm only vouching for this Guns N' Roses record. Like the double disc thing they did was like very masturbatory, I think, and like just too many songs.
Yeah, there are like
not enough.
3 great songs on that, and then the rest of
Yeah,
it's just garbage.
it's like the only like one of the, there's not that there's not enough songs that fucking rock. Yeah. The best song was on the fucking Terminator 2 soundtrack. Right. You know what I mean? Like, come on. So anyway, Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction.
Let's see.
1987. That's what I got. Moving on to 1988. Stu, what is your favorite? Or Joe, you want to talk about the other? Sorry.
I had GNR on here. REM Document. That was a, this one goes out to the one.
Cool.
That song's on.
I didn't even know that was an REM song.
Yeah. And then the Cure, Kiss Me was that was the big Cure record of the year, which is, Just Like Heaven and all that stuff. So, yeah. So, 88.
California Punk and Hardcore. Stu.
All right. So I picked.
There's only one answer.
Instead, Bonds of Friendship.
I love that Instead gets mentioned anytime because Instead rules.
Yeah.
I love this cover.
I love this cover.
Even though it was hijacked from a jazz record.
I did not know that.
Which record?
Oh my god, don't put me on the spot, but I'll find it for
Please
you.
find it. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Did you see their reunion shows at the showcase when they did that?
No, but they did one here in Ventura.
Yeah. With Downpresser and Retaliate.
At Mega
And
Sounds.
Betrayed.
What?
Yeah, Mega Sound Studios. It's like a pet shop now.
Yeah, there was only like 50 people there.
I must have had a girlfriend at that time. there was definitely a time where I like didn't go to
Yeah.
shows.
That was like the second flyer I ever made was for that show.
Damn.
I love that show. That was a great show. But I love this band. I think it's just West Coast youth crew at its finest. And I have in my notes that the art's amazing. And I think the drumming is fast, relentless. Proud Youth. I fucking love that song. That was the first song I ever heard. Yeah. No, that's the opening track.
Okay.
Proud Youth is he literally starts. He goes, "Proud Youth." Fucking love that song. I think he says "fucking" that song, which like kind of makes the whole record okay for me because it's pretty safe.
Okay.
But that's all I got. I love that record.
It's a great record.
That's a good one.
I like it, but it's also, in my opinion, the third best Instead record. Because
Which one do you like? Which one do you like more?
7 Inches best.
Will make a difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
All bangers.
Yeah.
All killer, no all killer, no filler. Yeah. That's
Whatever
7
that
Inch.
Sum 41 record was, dude.
Is that? Yeah. Hey, I've never once talked shit on Sum 41 because they are unapologetic Iron Maiden fans.
Oh, you're going to love my late 90s picks, dude.
All right, cool.
When we get there in a couple months.
If we get there in a couple months.
If we...
No, but I love the Epitaph record too. I think it's very underrated.
Yeah.
So, but I love all the Instead stuff. I think it's great. Joe.
I chose Bad Religion Suffer.
Me too.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Benji, same.
It was on my list for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
This record just changed everything. This along with Stu's pick from last year,
Which was
the Rock and Roll Nightmare.
oh, okay.
Those two records, like if you were able to squash them together, that's what happened. That's what Fat Records.
That's
and
that's
Epitaph
Epiphat.
and Epiphat and
Yeah.
all of that together. That's it. Yeah, and it's amazing. It's an amazing, amazing record,
Dude,
start to finish.
Bad Religion is probably one of my favorite bands. Even like as when I was a kid and I first like saw the Crossbuster and everything, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Like it's so offensive or
It's
whatever.
so offensive.
Yeah, it was just like, and it was blatant. You know, they didn't try to make it look like it. Whatever.
Yeah,
I had trouble between choosing Suffer and No Control for '89 because they're both like
you can choose.
Why not choose both?
because they're so like when we get to '89, there's like all
It's
kinds
hard,
of
dude.
crazy shit in
Fucking hard.
'89.
Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy shit in it, but nonetheless,
No, 89 is really hard for me because that's when death metal gets good too.
Dude.
And it's like,
I know.
yeah, okay.
right? Yeah.
I mean,
88.
kinda.
So this is the album that changed my life. This is my entry to punk. So whatever.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I remember fucking, having this on tape, on dub tape, and like listening to Do What You Want literally like 15 times in a row.
That's a
And
perfect hardcore song.
And that's listening to something over and over on tape where like there's no easy back.
No.
There's like, rewind it, and then you go a little too far or not enough, and you have to
go a
like,
little
keep,
too far. You listen to the end of that other song.
Yeah, I know. And just going over and over. Just like, I cannot get a fucking enough of this song. Like, I don't know. I wish I could hear a song like that again, and like, you know what I mean? Like,
And
what does
inspire
it
that same
feel?
feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what does it feel like to hear a song like that again? That like just brings you into a whole nother world. Now, maybe I have come across songs like that because there are lots of genres of music that I've discovered since discovering punk rock. There was a long time that I was into like really, really into dub reggae, and then the last like 3 years, I've been like really into Peruvian chicha music, and so like those have shaped my life as well. But that's almost like a sound I'm discovering, and I guess this was too. But this is like nailed down to like, oh, song number 11 on that track. Like, and I listen to this record now, and there's so many songs I love, but I just remember like hearing "Do What You Want" the first time and being like 13 years old. Like, you're fucked. There's no going back. You know what I mean? And so this is the best, in my opinion.
Can I make an observation?
Sure.
How are you going to hate on the legend Joe Rivas for picking License to Ill, but you like dub reggae?
Because everything I like about dub reggae is the exact opposite of fucking the Beastie Boys. Like, Beastie Boys is so like up tempo and like in your face, which is why I totally understand the appeal of it. Because it's like, I'm wide awake music. But I'm in your face, and you know, and like it's very like energetic and I don't know. I guess I don't know how to describe it properly because it's not a music that connects with me.
No, for sure.
But dub reggae music is the reason why. There was a certain time in my life where I realized I'd stopped like reading books, and so inevitably my fucking brain was backsliding into being stupider. And so I realized that I needed to fucking, and I love listening to music.
Right.
And I realized I'm not reading books because I'm listening to so much music and it has the lyrics in it and I can't concentrate. So I was like, I need to find instrumental music that I like. So the only instrumental music that I knew that I liked a lot, because like a lot of the electronica stuff or instrumental stuff is too sleepy. You know, it's like Elevator, you know, whatever.
Lo-fi.
Yeah, but I used to love surf music. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to get fucking way into surf music. And then you go through some of that stuff and it's like, God damn it, this one has lyrics on it. Like, I don't want to hear fucking Jan and Dean. I just want to like listen to the Ventures, you know? And then it's like, how much surf music can you fucking take? Yeah. I mean, it only lasted for like a year or two in popularity until the Beatles came and fucking wiped it off the fucking map. You know what I mean? And so, you know, inevitably, like no human being can have surf be their main music they listen to for more than a year. Oh, and I did a whole year, and then I was like, I gotta find something, and then I found dub reggae, and dub reggae is like. It's instrumental music. It's someone taking a hook, and it's like you can dig into it as little or as much as you want to. It's like it's the same thing I love about great hip hop is it can like fade into the back, or you can dial in and you can tell that there's so much fucking shit going on right now that the person that like created this is a fucking genius.
Right.
Yeah. Did that answer your question?
Fool, you just like changed my mind. You're gonna have to give me a list after, because I definitely now want to like delve into that.
Word.
So sick.
Word. Did we get your punk pick, Benji?
What year are we on?
88.
No, I don't think you did. But are we still on California?
Yes.
So I'm gonna say one that I feel like it fulfills California, and it fulfills my wild card.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm picking NWA straight out of Compton. That's what I'm picking.
That's tight.
Technically, they are hardcore.
Yes. Not hardcore punk, but hardcore,
They're hardcore,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And then they're also like my wild card. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's not punk.
Yeah.
Great fucking pick.
So
tight.
and fuck the police.
Yeah.
But
Straight from the underground.
But not Fred Hammer.
Technically a sheriff.
That's fucking rad.
Still a cop.
Shout out to his nice ass house.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. We played a show in his driveway one time, and all his fucking neighbors came and pulled up on their lawn chairs and watched Blasting Concept play.
Yeah.
His daughter's birthday party.
That rules.
We
was sick.
on Christmas Eve we went over. We tried to carol for him, but he wasn't home. He must have been working that night. So. What?
That's awesome.
You gotta spread the Christmas cheer, dude.
Fuck yeah, you do.
You know, now that Trump's around, they're saying Merry Christmas again. Because they stopped for so many fucking years.
Yeah, happy holidays. Happy holidays.
How rude of you
Yeah.
for saying that.
Why would you want to include anybody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I'm a non-believer and I like Christmas.
I like it too.
So
So, do you want to hear the other picks, or we want to talk about
Of Punk?
NWA more?
well, I think yeah. Okay, so let's count that as his wild card. So let's do the Punk picks of
Okay.
'88. The other ones.
Other Chemical People, Suicidal Tendencies, How Will I Laugh?
I love that record.
Yep, that's a great one. Final Conflict, Dashes, No Effects, Liberal Animation, Social Distortion, Prison Bound, 2 Allroy records, Allroy Says and Allroy for Prez, and Crimp Shrine's first record, Sleep With That.
That's the first one. I thought Duct Tape Soup. No. Okay. Anyway,
but
who knows?
It's a 7-inch, so.
So for '88, How I Laugh Tomorrow, If I Can't Even Smile Today, may have made my list, but it didn't. I wouldn't consider it a punk record anymore. And actually, I wouldn't have chosen it over Suffer, but it's so close. I mean, that's like
really good.
It's Suffer and that album are like top 10 for me of any genre. I fucking love that album. But I gotta say, the only this too. '88 is a great year, dude.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden, Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Now,
That's your wild card?
yeah, it's my wild card, and I love every Maiden album from the first one through this one, and then I will add on Brave New World from the year 2000. And so it's weird that like they didn't make my list yet. I think their most underrated album is Somewhere in Time from 1986. I hear a lot of people shit on that record, and actually I've seen them play a couple times. They didn't play anything off it, but
That's weird.
yeah.
It was a huge hit.
Well, it's the first time they started fucking with synth.
Yeah.
So some people would say it's the first time they started fucking with synth and didn't do it that well.
So what's the...
So what?
I'm trying to think of the cover that Jarvis and them do. That's off Somewhere in Time.
Yeah, Wasted Years.
Yeah, Wasted Years, I think.
Yeah.
Janet.
But anyway, yeah. But anyway, no one can accuse this album of having bad synth because like maybe Somewhere in Time was their dry run. This one is fucking ridiculous. This has some of the best Iron Maiden tracks, and it's the culmination. It's really the culmination of their career. This is them taking it as far as they can take it without being shitty, and they knew it. And that's why the next record, they tried to strip it down to start over again, and it sucked. So this is like the apex of Iron Maiden. And you can like them anywhere on that spectrum. I mean, the first fucking record is an amazing record. And all the way through, it's building up to this. And yeah, it's never the same after this, although there are lots of, good records, good songs, et cetera, et cetera. But this is the end of the glory of Iron Maiden right here. And so they had to make it on my list. And also some of the best artwork.
Yeah, music was certainly changing by that time too. They didn't want to completely give into the whole cock rock thing, because they didn't feel that they fit in. I mean, they changed some with Somewhere in Time. To try to dip their feet into it just a little bit, but then it didn't, they didn't feel right with it. So, they went back to jeans and, well, I mean, Bruce never did, but whatever.
Well, since we're on Maiden and we talked about Bad Religion, Zach gave me a bunch of tapes, and none of the Bad Religion tapes or Maiden tapes play right because those motherfuckers played them so many times. And I'm bummed.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah, so Stu, what's your wild card, 88?
88, wildcard, Slayer, South of Heaven.
Joe? Same?
Same.
Yeah.
Don't try to come back and redeem yourself, fool.
No, I'm not trying to. This is a far better record than Rain and Blood.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Interesting. So sell that to me.
It's better.
Songwriting?
Songwriting, yes.
The recording.
Recording for sure, I think, too.
Really?
I do. I think Rain and Blood suffers just like a little bit. It makes that record so much more fucking intense. But if you're going to compare those two records, I'd choose South of Heaven.
If I were to just, if you were to just take the drum sounds,
drums for sure,
like South of Heaven, like Dave's drumming on South of Heaven is so clear what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, that's the cleanest drumming ever.
And then I mean,
Just how tight it is
until the next record,
Seasons.
yeah. But like it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you know,
man, that's so crazy to hear you say that, and that's awesome because a different perspective on it. But I feel like Rain and Blood and Seasons sound way brighter than this. So maybe like you like the darker, more muted sound, but you don't think it sounds muted?
I mean, the guitars do.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's how you wanted to sound.
I was just giving you the example of drums between Rain and Blood and South of Heaven.
Yeah, I think those two,
and that's what made Slayer happen. I mean, Rain and Blood was fantastic, but it's a thrash record, and then you get this, and this is like precision metal. They did something completely different.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look, I'm not gonna knock South of Heaven. It's a fucking great Slayer record, but South of Heaven is a fucking banger.
Yeah.
What's the next gnarly track?
What do you mean?
Like I think that what
are the
Silent
records?
Scream?
Silent Scream.
you think that's a classic Slayer song?
Sure.
I think so.
Mandatory Suicide.
He doesn't do the straight fast beat until the end. Mandatory Suicide.
Ghost of War.
Sure.
Ghost of War. Fuck yeah.
Ghost of War. I'll
Spill
give
the
you.
Blood.
I'll give you Ghost of
And
War.
then they go catchy with Dissident Aggressor. Like that's like
What's a Judas Priest song too?
It's the worst Slayer song.
you don't like that song?
No.
Oh.
Worst.
It's a Judas Priest cover, so
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, there goes me.
And also the worst Slayer song.
because it's not
Live Undead?
Live Undead. Yeah.
Dude.
I think this record is like they're demoing for what would be their greatest record, which is the next record. And I think that Rain and Blood is amazing because, like, again, it's just what the fuck is this? This is the greatest apex of thrash. And then in Seasons, they are able to like really hone in what they're trying to do with some of the mid-tempo stuff on this, add in some more groove, and then
Some amazing riffs.
yeah, and then add in even a little bit of catchiness in the vocals, like Seasons of the Abyss. Like that's a legit chorus they put on there.
That whole record is sold to me by that track, and that's the last track on the record.
Last track on the record.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, and also, you know, I don't like to listen to it anymore, but like the Dance with the Dead in My Dreams, like that one got everyone.
I have to skip that.
I know, but everyone loved it at some point.
Oh yeah.
Everyone loved it at some point to the point that they can't listen to it anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I still like this better than Seasons. And, you know, it might be because it's a nostalgia thing. You know, I grew up on this. You know, the first time I heard it, I was, you know, I had a tonsil that ruptured.
Okay.
And I was sick in bed for 3-4 weeks. And John Winstead came over to play the record for me. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, listen to this. I'm on all these drugs and stuff.
What a good friend.
Well, I was like so doped up, like I'm going to hell. What's going on? You know, dude,
it's so heavy.
I freaked out. And then there's another story Stu wanted me to tell about this record that Bernie John's brother Chris and I were on the bus Frontier, and we had headphones into one Walkman, and we're listening to this as we're waiting to get to to get everybody else on the bus so we can drive home. And these homies started fighting below us. Like we're looking out the window and they're fighting right below us, and we're on mushrooms too. I forgot about that part. And they were supposed to be just like throwing blows with each other, but the one guy pulled out a knife and sliced the other dude. So the dude he had a yellow pencil behind his ear, and he took the pencil and fucking jabbed it into the dude's temple and broke it off, and then just got on the bus and just sat down next to us. Like, what's up? Let's go. And then the cops came and fucking took him off the bus and then walked him away. But yeah.
What a G.
Yeah. On shrooms, watching this whole thing. It was great.
Listening to Slayer.
That's awesome.
The Slayer, yeah.
Yeah, killer pick.
I love it. Anyway.
Benji, on your wild card.
This is for 88.
Correct. Yeah. Well, he sort of gave it with.
But I do have an option.
Okay.
Oh, no. Okay. So.
And I if I can just mention them, Gorilla Biscuits, they released their 7-inch.
It's a great 7-inch.
It is a great 7-inch.
I love that 7-inch.
High Hopes, No Reason Why, Big Mouth, amongst other tracks on there.
Oh yeah.
Man, it's Gorilla Biscuits. Like
Yeah.
shit.
Great art. I fucking love the art. It's iconic as hell.
I had a chance to see them when they did their reunion down here, and they were playing down at the Glass House, and I was with Travis from Minus and a few other Santa Barbara dudes, and we were like, I don't know, man, 30 miles away. My car blew up, and we had to go back. Like, there was just no way we could go to the show. It was fucked up.
I heard it was back, man.
But the tow driver, like, he had a couple of other dudes sitting on the bed, like, in the car, which is illegal. And then he took us back and was telling us how he, like, towed Snoop Dogg's lowrider back to, like, Inglewood or some shit. It was cool, man. It was a nice ride back.
Sick.
Okay.
Did everyone give their wild cards?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we're going on to 89.
89, the final year of this episode.
Do you want perspective on the other bands?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay, so also in 88, Public Enemy, Takes a Nation, Jane's Addiction, Nothing Shocking, Living Color, Vivid, The Pixies, Surfer Rosa, The Pogues, If I Should Fall from Grace. Those were other notables to me, so.
Sick. 89, California Punk and Hardcore, Stu.
I picked Excel, Jokes on You. Such a tight album. Full Hesher. The drums are amazing. I think the guitar playing is awesome. The riffs are just out of this world and really catchy. And this is the album where Metallica jacked a riff and turned it into Enter Sandman.
Those motherfuckers.
Right?
Is this the Excel record
How
that has
dare
No.
the police cover?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's full,
And it's so good.
full Hesher, but still dragging their toes in that they're like punk.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
It's crossover.
They
It's
stole that
great,
shit?
great cross.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah.
Yeah. This rules.
Yeah, love it. Love the art on it.
Did you see them a few years ago when they played Ventura Theater?
Never seen them.
Oh.
They've been playing a lot too. Or in the span of like 5 years or so, but I'd say.
It was fucking awesome. They were great.
Yeah.
Joe?
I chose Instead Will Make the Difference.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
I absolutely loved. Bonds was super important to me, but this 7-inch was just so good.
Yeah. And that move of LP first and then 7-inch and then another LP.
Pretty tight.
Like, yeah. But this 7-inch is just every single one of these songs is sick.
Yeah. And then, years later when I was on tour with Good Riddance and Ensign, and then they both covered.
Feel Their Pain?
Well,
Dude, this song's so good.
Oh, yeah. Instant did Will Make the Difference.
Will Make
and
the
then
Difference. And, yeah,
Good Riddance did
yeah,
Feel Their Pain.
Yeah. So I always thought that was cool. So
That is cool. And both songs, shit.
yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Some people will say, just another Unity song. The more, the better. To us, they are wrong. Yes. Dude, that sums up a lot of what I
we've been
believe
trying to
about
talk
hardcore.
about, yeah.
You know, not enough unity songs, not enough fucking anti-racist songs. Let's fucking the pillars of hardcore. Keep it going. You know.
Let's make that shit fucking strong, bro.
Yeah. Activate this motherfucker. You know, you gotta love it. Yeah. Okay. My choice. Love that choice, Joe. I went Bad Religion, No Control. I'm going back to back, dude. That's good. And and
I
shit.
ain't mad at that.
Don't get mad at my 1990 pick either next month, because these are the three, like, dude, 88, 89, 1990. Jesus Christ, can you do three better punk rock albums year? Yeah. Like, that's insane. If I had to rank them, No Control is number 3. But for 89, it's still so good. Amazing. Bad Religion in their fucking absolute prime. Who's one of my favorite, if not my favorite bands of all. Yeah. Well, probably my favorite punk band of all time.
I back that, man.
Yeah,
they're the shit.
Yeah, I mean, hard to put up. You know, Bad Religion versus Iron Maiden, Slayer, and Tom Waits. Like, what? How the fuck do you rank that?
Yeah,
that would be a sick show, though. At the same time,
I just hope Tom Waits would make it out okay. You know,
dude,
it's like,
I think people would be into that though.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Well,
it's sick.
One day, if I have enough Patreons, I'm going to put that show on. It's going to be rad.
Smash that shit, people.
But yeah, so I'm going Bad Religion, No Control. Stu, what you
choice. Got? For wild card?
Oh, no.
You already got me, dude.
Sorry. Benji, 89 punk. California punk hardcore.
Okay, so I might bend the rules a little bit on this one because I'm just going straight for Skid Row for their self-titled Skid Row.
They're from New Jersey.
Oh, what the fuck? I thought they were from LA, bro.
but respect on the bendies.
That's pretty. You bet that shit.
You bent the coast.
I mean, dude. No, I think we're gonna allow it just for how much that was bent.
Keep going, dude.
You bent it so far, we'll allow it.
You're paving a new way, dude.
You like bent it all the way back around.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, well, honestly, then, aside from that, I don't have a California man.
Okay, this is a killer record.
Yeah. That's so sick.
I love the first Skid Row record.
Youth Gone Wild.
Yeah.
They just got tracks on there.
They do.
It's sick.
Yeah, so they put out like several singles off this record. So Youth Gone Wild, 18 in Life, and I Remember You. But this is a deep cut record. Yeah. Like everything is bangers. Like
well, and it's like my Cinderella guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Is it?
Cinderella is, but
you're saying that like the Cinderella doesn't have like all the filler. Like that record's good all the way through.
That record's good all the way, from top to bottom.
Because there's,
if that's just me, but
no, I mean I'm a fan of butt rock, but there's this very few of those albums. Like, I mean, you get to the third Motley Crue album, there's fucking no good songs on it.
Yeah,
you know, Home Sweet Home. I'll give you Home Sweet Home, and then what? And then a cover song.
We Like It Loud, but that was a demo song.
Okay.
From Shout at the Devil that made it to the next record.
I mean, so it's just a lot of that stuff is. I like the first Poison record. It's more good than bad, but like I think that this Skid Row record, it's like the non-hit tracks are fucking good. Yeah. So it bangs all the way through. I'm not familiar enough with that Cinderella record, but I'm gonna check it out if you think it's solid all the way through.
I'll check it out too. I don't even like that stuff.
The other thing, man, is like I didn't really.
I love that guy's voice, so
it is fucking sick.
Nobody's fool. Nobody's fool. I'm no fool. Nobody's fool.
Yes, you are.
Nobody's fool.
But on that note, honestly, butt rock is so sick, and they got the most badass riffs, and I didn't learn how to appreciate it until like I turned like 29 or 30 or something.
Dude,
it took me a while, man.
So how about this?
A lot of it's garbage. I'm sorry.
How about this for a Nard tie-in? You know, an album that I fucking love is the Rat Pack LP, and like when you listen to it, you'll be like, is this like good butt rock, or is this like first wave punk worship? It's like it's walking the line so close between like original punk shit and butt rock that I'm like, I can't decide what way it's leaning, but I like it either way. You know, it's fucking awesome. It's like, it is. Okay, Joe, I don't know, so you got to tell me if you can. What is Rat Pack in 1990? Like, who do they have?
I think just, I mean, obviously Matt, but
So
I don't know who else.
And is Matt
because Dave's gone
and is Matt from Oxnard?
No, he's Santa Barbara.
Okay, so it's like a
Montecito.
Santa Barbara band, Montecito. I don't know, dude, but that record is fucking awesome. And if you guys don't have it, I'll send it to you. Because I would like your take. Like, what is this I'm listening to? Like, I can't describe it, but I fucking love it. You know?
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I would say, it might be the guys, the Ugly Kid Joe guys that are in the band too.
Like the guys that ended up being Ugly Kid Joe?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Dude, I didn't know that was a connection.
I think.
Okay.
At least maybe some of them.
Dude.
I mean, that was all. Those guys were all RK, all this. They were all a crew together. So
Here's how good that Skid Row album is.
Dude, your
Okay.
take is so
89. So this is like butt rock's at its biggest, right? Right before it's gonna bust. They do 4 songs before they hit a song that ended up being a single. Like no record company would let you sequence your album like that. Like you're hitting a fucking single in the first 3 songs, right?
Right, yeah.
They do 4 songs before a single. It's just a testament to how good those first 4 songs are.
That's true.
Yeah.
shit.
Big Guns, Sweet Little Sister, Can't Stand the Heartache. Because they probably thought Can't Stand the Heartache was going to be a hit. They just didn't choose it as a single.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then Piece of Me, fucking rocker. Anyway, that's the Skid Row. Fucking great pick,
So
Benji.
fucking tight, dude.
his wraparound pick. So other.
That was a great pick for California punk and hardcore.
I'm
Well,
embarrassed.
they did do a punk record later on, right? Didn't they do a punk cover record or something?
Skid Row? Well, GNR did.
But I thought Skid Row did too, for some reason.
Well, that's embarrassing.
There's a Mustaine
Oh no,
photo.
that's right. They did a Sex Pistols song. That's what it
Okay.
was. That's right. Anyway, other 89.
So did
West
Megadeth,
Coast,
and that's how Jeff got into punk.
California. No, yeah, that's right. Other 89 California band, Operation Ivy Energy,
Great.
Ooh.
So fucking good. Yeah.
Sam I Am, self-titled, Suicidal Tendencies, Feel Like Shit, No Effects, S&M Airlines, Offspring, self-titled, All Roy's Revenge from All, and Chain of Strength, Chase of Death, which I'm surprised didn't come up, but that's okay.
Great 7-inch. Shout out Ryan Hoffman.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the pod. And yeah, moving on to the wild cards.
Yeah.
All right, I'll set it off with. Okay, let me explain because
There's a lot of
we
shit
ran
going
into
on.
fucking issues with me picking Conflict over Age of Quarrel.
Yeah, who does that?
Me. So
you like.
with
I
this,
support
there's
that.
there's like a lot of fucking bands that I love, like Sick of It All, like Blood, Sweat, No Tears came out this year, like Gorilla Biscuits, Start Today came out this year. I love all those records, but if I'm going to choose one that I don't know, just love the most, if I could have a wild card, I'm going to pick Nothing Faced by Voivod. I love this album because they were a thrash band for their first 2 records, War and Pain and Roar. And then they got weird when they hit an LP called Killing Technology. They're still going fast. They're still heavy. And they're like, they dabble in this like weird like space theme. And so they have like this like technological theme on their records, and then they go full on with this album. And I wouldn't even really consider this like to be a metal album, but it is, and I think there's a lot of punk involved with it too. But they go full weird, and they have like a Pink Floyd cover on it, and they really fuck with like ugly chords. And why I also love this band so much is because the guitarist Piggy influenced a lot of my other favorite guitar players, like the dude from Dead Guy. Like, I love that band. He was also in Rorschach.
Shout out Fixation on a Coworker.
Dude, it's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, underrated ass night.
It's an incredible record. But yeah, I love this album very much, and I chose it to be my favorite.
Love this pick. Love any time that a band's third record is someone's favorite. It's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Shows the band is like, I don't know. I like it. I like that stick to it and stick-to-itiveness.
There's a mosh part on one of the songs, and it is a full lift from Igor Stravinsky's Rites of Spring, and they turn it into a mosh part, and it's fucking sick.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah, it rules.
I want to put that idea in a duel against fucking Abigail and see what wins. Okay, if you're at a fucking Renaissance fair. Alright, Joe, what do you got for
Chuck Platt would be very happy that you chose that.
That's tight
because he loves one. Anyway, I chose the Stone Roses self-titled record.
Nice,
Awesome.
Yeah, this
never heard it.
This is another record. There were the beginning of that Oasis Blur, like that Brit pop, that 90s Brit pop.
Yeah.
But just a year before, a Manchester band. They were amazing. And we listened to them a lot. So I love the record.
Cool.
That's my pick.
They were also part of my pick.
Yeah?
Yeah. I thought they were.
Yeah.
I think they're important.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say underrated because I think they've received a lot of attention now, obviously, and people love them.
Well, they could have been your wild card pick. I mean, you've only thrown out your your California punk and hardcore pick.
kind of bending the rules here a little bit.
Dude, it's fucking Benji.
Oh yeah.
Benji.
Fucking Benji. Come with it.
Wow.
That's good. That's your new name, fool.
Don't worry, you got like a few months to settle into it before this comes out.
Good thing I'm a Benji because there's a learning curve, I guess.
All right. So, do you have? Are we good? Is this the final?
Yeah, wild card.
My final wild card, and then episode over. Okay, come on. If you got one,
Yeah,
spit
no,
it.
I'll read the other.
De La Soul. 3 Feet High and Rising.
Good.
I think that's a great album.
Yes.
Goddamn. I mean, it's like part of like the golden age of hip hop. The samples they use on there, like they're cutting like Hall and Oates. They're cutting Steely Dan. You wouldn't really be able to tell if you didn't know or whatever, if you didn't like look it up or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that until maybe like, I don't know, 2 years ago, and I've been listening to this album for, I don't know, a long time. De La Soul is a treasure, and I love them so much, and I really do love this record a lot. So that was my wild card.
That's a good pick.
This is a start of the stuff where I really start loving hip hop.
Yes.
I mean, outside of
Beastie Boys, yeah.
no, outside of Paid in Full, which is 87, I think.
Which one?
Paid in Full.
Oh yeah.
Eric B.
Yeah. So
Rock him.
I mean, that's the start of everything for me. But this is when really a big chunk of stuff starts coming out that I enjoy. My 1989 wild card is Tom Petty, Full Moon Fever.
Oh, that's a good one too.
I mean, just to fucking put the Pussy song as the first song is like a brilliant fucking move, right? It's like, why fuck around? Dude, this is Tom Petty stepping away from fucking the Heartbreakers, right? This is solo. And it's like...
But it's still the Heartbreakers playing, but whatever.
Yeah, they're playing because they heard the song, so like, oh, give me a piece of that, dude. You know? It's like him trying to do solo and then knocking it out of the fucking park. I can't imagine how it would be if I was a Heartbreaker. And I heard Tom Petty do this record by himself. You got to cut your fee in half. be like, holy shit, he just did that solo. So you start with Free Fallin', right into I Won't Back Down. Get the fuck out of here. You know, just 2 bangers like that. But what I want to say is this album's got deep cuts, man. You're So Bad, fucking beautiful song of like, I don't know, just it's like describing like a reason, you know, I don't know, it's like it grabs a feeling of love and why you are you know, loving towards someone that is like not traditional, like, oh, you're so bad, like I fucking love you, you know, like shit like that. It's just like, it's not a conventional love song. Apartment Song is probably my favorite Tom Petty song, period. And that's like a deep cut that, like, you know, most people, I guess, probably wouldn't know. But I used to live in a 2-room apartment, neighbors knocking on my walls. It's like, just thinking about, like, it's so good. Like, the neighbors knocking on my walls. Like, who hasn't fucking dealt with that shit? You know, it's like, and he's putting it into a song of, like, like, this song sums up so much of how I always, like, not always feel, but how I feel. Of the hook being, it's okay, I'm all right. I just feel a little lonely tonight. I'm okay most of the time. So he's like, I'm not depressed, dude. I just don't feel good right now. Yeah. And everything's gonna be okay. You know, not everything is like life or death, but it's like, he caught me at a bad time. I don't feel that good. Just hit me up tomorrow. I'll feel better. You know, like this is how, that's like to hit that human emotion in that song where, like, you know, everything is so dramatic in music, you know, to be able to, like, I'm going to dial into that emotion, which is something that a lot of people have, you know, just like, I'm just having a bad day, but I know that it's not the end of the world and tomorrow's going to be okay. You know, like, oh, how do you dial into it so perfectly like that? Like, I know a lot of people, like, felt bad when he died, but I just think he's, like, a big, big loss.
Yeah.
He was one that got me, you know?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this was produced by Jeff Lynne, right? And the rest of the Wilburys did parts and stuff on this. But Mike Campbell, I know, played guitar. The Heartbreakers guitarist, like, played on that too. So
hired gun on this record.
Yeah, that's all right. So was Roy Orbison on this record.
You say hired gun like it's a bad thing.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So
it means you got to pay him double, probably.
It's a great choice. You want me to give these last?
Yeah. Let's wrap this up.
Oh, I see a good one.
Yeah. So The Cure, Disintegration, 9 Inch Nails, Pretty Hate Machine.
I fucking love that record.
Nirvana, Bleach. And I had De La Soul here, but you mentioned it already. So Faith No More, The Real Thing.
Man, times are a changing. Yeah. The 90s is going to be buck.
It's going to be buck fucking wild.
Dude, I had so many options for 89, like, because there's so many good ones.
Okay, what else you got there?
I can't pick one.
Well, as long as you chose the most important one, which
these
is
are
Skid Row self-titled.
De La Soul.
Yeah, you chose 2 already, fool. All right, go these other ones.
Okay. Obituary, Slowly We Rot.
My number 3. My number 3. It was actually on my list, and I had to delete it for the Tom Petty.
Yeah. Which is okay. Like, it's cool.
Morbid Angel.
But man, like, honestly, I didn't get into like a lot of metal or death metal.
Yeah.
However, they got bounce and they have groove, and it's just like a lot of fun to listen to. The Cro-Mags, Best Wishes comes out that year. It's really great. I really like it.
I like that record, yeah.
Sick of It All, Blood, Sweat, No Tears, Born to Expire by Leeway, Judge Bringing It Down, fucking Bad Brains,
There's a lot.
Quickness. There's like so much shit. Start Today.
Really
Killing Time, Brightside.
Killing Time, Brightside.
I'm sick of all your faces. Sick of all your lies.
This fucking Cannibal Corpse covering Killing Time.
These are things that I despise.
All right, this has been fun again. Let's wrap it.
Great.